Welcome back to the channel. There's a massive blockbuster eShop sale going on all week long, and it's one you definitely do not want to miss out on. Now with so many deals going on, let's break it down a bit by just focusing on those sweet $5 and under deals. So make sure to hang on, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel so I tell you about the latest Nintendo Switch eShop deals. Giana Sisters Twisted Dreams Ultimate Edition is the upgraded version of the platformer that features improved visuals and performance, along with additional content. It has 5 additional levels with the 40 existing ones, plus difficulty options for all levels and bosses, and more. I absolutely love the transforming mechanic in this game, and the levels look gorgeous as they morph between the forms as you play. This is a quality platformer for the Switch that for just $1.99 is an absolute steal. It's one of the best deals you can nab off the eShop. Gato Roboto is a 2D Metroidvania that has you playing as a cat in a controllable mech as you explore the underground in an outpost in outer space. A little bit wacky in its concept, but just like any good Metroidvania, you'll need to take down enemies as well as find upgrades, powers, and secrets. Now don't let the minimalistic black and white visuals fool ya. This game is very good and a worthy buy at just $1.99 via the latest eShop sale. A bunch of THQ classics can be had for super cheap right now. Both Metro games, Metro 2033 Redux and Metro Last Light Redux, are on sale for just $3.74, a return to the amazing prices from this past year. Both are good FPS games with a touch of survival horror and are awesome games to consider to pick up for the upcoming spooky season. I love Saints Row the 3rd and Saints Row 4, and both games on Switch are good ports with all the content and DLC that came out for them back in the day. I love these open world games. They are both classics and fun to play in multiplayer. Both are going for $5.99 each. Finally, there's Red Faction Guerrilla, a open world game featuring destructible environments, and that is on sale for just $4.49. That one has online play too, so if you're looking for some good co-op multiplayer games for the Switch, then this one and the Saints Row games are excellent choices. In Battle Chef Brigade Deluxe, you play as one of 2 chefs in a game that combines brawling action with an action puzzler and a little bit of RPG goodness to boot. You'll need to battle monsters and scavenge for materials to find ingredients to make wonderful dishes in order to win the competition. It is a pretty eclectic mix for a game, but it's a lot of fun, and the mix of gameplay works surprisingly well. In addition to the main story mode, there's extra modes like multiplayer, daily cook-off, survival mode, free play mode, and more that expand on the game's content. It's just $3.99 via the latest eShop sale. Now here's a game I haven't personally played yet, but it looks rather interesting, and it's at a cheap price, so it might be worth checking out. For those who love strategic deck building games with a bit of RPG on top, might want to check out Castle Morihisa, which has you building decks and using powers and abilities that you gain through constant battling. It's on sale for $3.74, which is at a brand new low price until September 12th. In addition, there's a free DLC that adds a new class and a bunch of new cards and abilities, so make sure to nab that if you plan on getting this. 1cc has produced some of my favorite indie shoot-'em-up games for the Switch. Star Hunter DX is a roguelite horizontal bullet hell shooter that is quite good. You have to master bullet time by defeating enemies or by catching their attacks to survive and score huge points. It's just $2.49 at the lowest price it's ever been. Space Moth Lunar Edition is a vertical bullet hell shooter that features the first shoot-'em-up they ever made in an updated release with improved visuals, improved attack patterns, and a remixed soundtrack, making the game better than ever. What is neat too is there is a scoring system that adapts to the player's skills, raising the difficulty for those who do well and lowers the difficulty for those who are maybe new to shoot-'em-ups. So basically everyone can jump into the gameplay. This is just $1.99 which is a brand new low price for this one via the latest eShop sale. Lost in Random is a gothic fairy tale action-adventure game that has you playing as Even, who is on a quest to save her sister. In this game, you are engaged in battles with a mix of combat, card collecting, and dice gameplay. I love the gothic-style presentation in this one. It reminds me a bit of American McGee's Alice. You know, just way more family-friendly this time around. It's going for a brand new low price of $4.49 until September 11th. The Sharpshooter Bundle combines 2 indie arcade games into one package. The first game, Sniper Hunter Scope, is an arcade shooter that's reminiscent of those light gun, cover-style shooters of the past. It's a lot of fun. The second game, Knights and Guns, features over 150 stages and has you blasting through enemies and obstacles in a style similar to the Buster Brothers games from the arcades. This time though, it's far more chaotic in a good way and even features some boss fights too. This bundle includes all the DLC and expansions for both games, so there is a lot of content here for just $2, which coincidentally is also a brand new low price for it too. The Castlevania Anniversary Collection features a ton of 8-bit and 16-bit classics in one package. It has the 3 Castlevania NES/Famicom games, plus Super Castlevania 4, the first 2 Castlevania Game Boy games, Castlevania Bloodlines, and Kid Dracula. For just $3.99, it's a steal for anyone who loves classic games. Of course, I always have to mention when Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen is on sale because for $5, it's always an insane deal. It has a ton of content to play and enjoy. Again, for just $4.99, it's a must-have for RPG fans. If you love classic games, then you have to check out the SEGA Ages sale. There's some noteworthy releases here, like Phantasy Star, that features a ton of quality of life features, the arcade version of Outrun, Shinobi, Thunder Force AC, and Lightning Force, plus many others. On the screen, I have listed for you every one of the SEGA Ages games on sale, and every one of those is going for $1.99, which is a steal for those looking to experience some good classic game goodness on the Switch. Mr. Driller, DrillLand features the addictive gameplay that the series has been known for since the days of the arcade. It features a story mode that has you digging throughout an amusement park with different gameplay rules for each attraction. Beyond the story mode, it features additional competitive multiplayer modes with both local and online play. There's even a casual mode for those who maybe aren't that great at these types of games. So it's a puzzle game for everyone to enjoy. It's at a brand new low price of $4.79 for the duration of the eShop sale. NAMCO Museum Archives Volume 1 has 10 classic NAMCO games from the NES and Famicom, plus an 8-bit version of Pac-Man Championship Edition made with the classic hardware in mind. The titles included in the collection are Galaxian, Pac-Man, Xevious, Mappy, Dig Dug, The Tower of Duraga, Sky Kid, Dragon Buster, Dragon Spirit, and Splatterhouse Renpaku Graffiti. It also includes features like save states, as well as a rewind option. The collection is just $4.99 during the eShop sale. In terms of indie games for the Switch, Moonlighter is one of the very best. It's an action RPG with rogue-like elements that has you taking control of a shopkeeper with a goal of finding goodies to fill your little shop as well as help out your town. To do this, you'll need to travel through gates in order to secure those treasures and take on enemies and big bosses as you explore. It is an addicting game with lots to do, and the Complete Edition also includes the expansion with a bunch of additional content to add to the adventure. Moonlighter, the Complete Edition, is just $4.34, a steal for this gem. If you have any doubts, then try out the demo on the eShop. I'm sure you'll be hooked. Want a silly multiplayer game? Get Alpaca Ball Allstars. I mean, look at this nonsense. They hit the balls with their neck. It is a physics-based game, but you know what? It's fun. It's a perfect game to just joke around with or play with the kids or family. This game has 8-player local multiplayer, so plenty of people can join in. If you don't have anybody, you can add bots to the game to fill in some slots. Check out the demo if you're on the fence, but otherwise, it's just $3.99, down to its lowest price ever on the eShop. It's at a great price to add some good multiplayer fun to your game rotation. Kero Blaster, at first glance, doesn't seem like much, but it is a game that is a lot of fun. Play as a frog, employed at Cat and Frog Incorporated, as you work to free the landscape of enemies. It's a run and gun / shooter in an 8-bit style that is surprisingly addictive. If you're feeling like this looks a little bit or feels a little bit like Cave Story, well, that's because the same dev behind that game also made this one. It's just $2.99 until September 11th. Runbow is one of those games I feel everyone should own at the price it's currently going for. As a single-player game, it'll challenge your platforming skills with each swipe of the background that changes the environment, platforms, and obstacles. It also makes for a fantastic multiplayer experience in local and online play as you race to survive in 5 different game modes. Oh, and did I mention that online multiplayer has up to 9-player play? That's just bonkers. It's just $1.99 at a no-brainer of a price, so make sure to pick this game up to add to your Switch digital collection. In the mood for some nice spooks? Then you should check out the Coma games. The first one has you trapped in a twisted version of a school while trying to escape a killer, as well as death around every corner. It is a survival horror / adventure game that will keep you on your toes. It's just $2.99 via the latest eShop sale. The second game, Vicious Sisters, also finds you at night in a twisted version of school, but this time with a different set of characters and story, as well as some better animation and visuals. It has a little bit of a comic book look going for it. Regardless, both are great for some chills and will hook you in. No pun intended there. The sequel is $2.99 too, though the digital deluxe bundle adds some customization DLC to those who desire it. That's just $4.99 at the lowest price it's ever been on the eShop. In Minute of Islands, you explore various islands and even journey deep inside them into the underground as you try to restore the mysterious engines to save the world, as well as discover the secrets to why the islands are the way they are, as well as what happened to the ancient race of giants that inhabited them. The game's got some nice visuals for it. It plays out as an almost animated storybook of sorts. It's a really neat game. It can be a little creepy at times too, so while it's not scary or anything, it is kind of a game that I'd recommend to those who are a bit older. On the eShop, it's just $3.99 at a perfect price to those looking to check out a very unique adventure game. And there you go, loads of awesome $5 and under deals via the latest eShop sale. There's so much good gaming here that can be had for cheap. Let me know if you plan on picking up anything from the sale. Plus, feel free to post in the comments down below what games you have been playing lately. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It lets me know you appreciate it. And consider becoming a subscriber so you can stay up to date with new videos that go live on the channel each and every week. It is a new month, so I want to take a moment to give a big shout out to all the Patreon and channel members for your support. I appreciate you, as every little bit helps out the channel greatly. That's all from me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.